Yo, what's up with it, y'all? It's JD, Travelsthenix, and I'm back with another quick video. In today's video, I want to chop it up on how laziness is the pathway to becoming a loser. Now, before we get into the video, if you're interested in travel, fitness, overall growth content, self-improvement, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also, hit that notification bell so you can get updated every time I drop new content. So now, why do I say that laziness is the pathway to becoming a loser? And laziness goes hand in hand with just excuse making, feeling like you have all the time in the world to get things accomplished, just poor work ethic, and to be quite frank with you, it also runs hand in hand with entitlement, self-entitlement, just because a lazy person, on the basis of being lazy, you're not going to get anything accomplished. So how are you going to take care of yourself? A lot of times lazy people are reliant on other people, which is just extremely self-entitled to think that other people are supposed to give you something for nothing. And how do we combat laziness? It's just building a strong work ethic. And where do we get this work ethic from? A lot of time, laziness is ingrained in us from the time that we're kids, and a lot of times work ethic is ingrained in us from the time that we're kids. And for me personally, I had the ultimate example of what work ethic is from my father. My father was literally the embodiment of somebody who has an extremely good work ethic, just completely did whatever he had to do to provide for his family in terms of just grinding, you know what I mean? Always hitting the overtime. My pops worked for the city of San Francisco, and he was worked for the company that has the cable cars, and I think my pops actually started off as a cable car conductor, somebody who actually drove the cable cars. And Pops was always on the grind. Man, I remember one year my dad worked probably every single day in the entire year. My dad's last year working, I think he worked 365 days in the year. And most of those days were like double. So he was working like 16-hour days, 365 days straight. You know what I mean? Which is something that's just crazy, you know what I mean? And then the whole time my pops worked for the company he worked for him for 32 years. He was never late to work. He never called in sick. So this is the type of work ethic that I come from. So I take that work ethic that my pops had, and I try to apply that same work ethic. I try to embody that same work ethic in different aspects of my life, be it fitness, be it video editing, be it, whatever else it might be. To be honest with you, for me to even have half of the work ethic that my dad had is an accomplishment, because, my pops is thorough when it comes down to the work ethic department. And throughout the whole time I was a kid, I don't ever remember my dad telling me that he was tired, and I never remember hearing my pops complain about anything that went on at work. He never was complaining about the people at work. He might have had some funny stories here and that. He always had some funny stories that he liked to tell us about work. But at the end of the day, he never complained. He never whined about his obligation, which was to provide for his family. And no matter how hard he had to work to provide for his family, he handled it. And that's the end of story. So for people to be crying about having to spend an hour going to the gym, or people be crying about having to work 40 hours in a week or this or that, it's pretty pitiful. You know what I mean? Because even myself, I've had times where I've had plenty of times in my life where I've had 2 jobs and I was grinding 60, 70 hours a week. You know what I mean? But when you're in the middle of grinding 60, 70 hours a week, you don't even have time to even feel sorry for yourself. It's just something that you're doing, so you're not even thinking about it. It's just like, 5 a.m., I got to be at work. You know what I mean? I'm going to be at work till midnight tonight. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And most of the time you're working 6-7 days a week. That's how I was doing for maybe about a year and a half, 2 years, when I did have 2 jobs. But a lot of people just have this lazy, entitled mentality. It's disgusting. You know what I mean? If you have that mentality, you have to rid yourself of it, because you get what you deserve in life, and you get what you work for in life. So if you don't work for anything, you're not going to be shit. You know what I mean? And if you do put a lot of effort in, you're going to accomplish your goals. And I had a conversation with one of my homeboys the other day, and the conversation was basically just based around the fact that every single day we have to be putting some type of effort and some type of work in towards our purpose. So let's just say, for instance, your purpose is, I don't know, you're studying in school to be a scientist or whatever it may be. Every single day you might want to just read a scientific article, or every single day you might want to just do something that has to do with what you're doing. You don't need to put in a full 8 hours of work every single day, but you got to do something. So for me, I'm into fitness, I'm into video editing, I'm into making YouTube videos, I'm into cryptocurrencies, all these different things that I'm into. I'm into a lot more than that, but let's just say that, for instance. So for me personally, I might not work out every single day, but at the same time, I'm going to do something active every single day. So I might not go to the calisthenics park and go hit an 1.5-hour workout where I'm doing pull-ups, muscle-ups, and handstands, and all these other different types of skills that I'm working on. But for me to be active that day, I at least need to go outside and get a walk in. Or, for instance, like what I did today, I didn't go get a calisthenics workout in, but I went to the convention center. They have some stairs in the back of the convention center. I went and ran the convention center stairs, which is kind of a break for me, and it's kind of me resting my upper body, but I'm still getting some type of cardio in. And on top of that, it's a good leg workout. And when it comes down to doing things for my YouTube channel, what I might do is I might shoot a video one day, or I might shoot a bunch of videos one day, or I might edit some videos today, or I might, I just have to do something every single day when it comes down to my YouTube channel. I might go in and check out some stuff on my analytics and see what I could be doing better, or just sometimes studying the game and studying your craft is what you need to do as well. Sometimes what I do is I just take a look at a lot of other YouTube content creators' videos to see what maybe I can improve on my own videos. And some people might not look at that as actually doing something towards your craft, but it is, because you're actually studying the game. And you might see something in somebody else's game that you can apply to your game. And, it just helps you stay on your toes. I have a few content creators that I really like to watch, and a lot of times they are extremely inspirational for me. And sometimes it might not even be on YouTube. It might be on Patreon or whatever. And sometimes when it comes down to fitness, I like to check out other people's fitness pages to see different exercises that they might be doing that I can apply to my own workout routine. So these are all things that we need to keep in mind, that we always need to be having the mindset that we're always moving forward. We can't get stagnant. We can't just have a day where we sit around and watch Netflix and chill all day and just smash a girl 5 times in a day and eat a bunch of bullshit food. You know what I mean? Like, these are all things in moderation that are cool. Of course, you're supposed to do. I mean, I don't really fuck with Netflix or any of like this media shit that you get on Netflix or cable television or anything like that. But as far as, having some cheat days and definitely smashing your girl, all these different things, these are all great things to do, but you just have to do them in moderation. You know what I mean? I love Popeye's chicken. Shit, I go and get Popeye's chicken every once in a while. It's a very unhealthy meal, but at the same time, I still like to have fried chicken every once in a while. It's something that I like to do. Shit, I like to get dirty in my diet sometimes too, but at the same time, the majority of my diet is actually clean. Another thing that I was chopping up with my friend about when we were having that conversation, that I was saying that you need to be doing something 7 days a week, is that at the end of the day, when we're gone off this planet, you know what I mean, in a physical sense, what do you want to be remembered for? What do you want your legacy to be? When they come and dig up artifacts, or when they go on YouTube 100 years from now, what are they going to see with me? You know what I mean? Hopefully, by the time they do that, I have a huge, portfolio of content that people can look back on and see, oh, this is what that dude was about, or he was about this, or they can see that I was on my fitness game, or they can see all these different things, or maybe I was giving life lessons to some younger brothers out there that can take something from it. So you want to leave an imprint on your community. You want to leave an imprint on the world in general, and you just want to leave, a legacy. You want to make a difference in the world. So we should all be striving for that. And I had another conversation with one of my other friends that, maybe what you do is not something that ends up being extremely huge, but you still want to have that work ethic, because when it comes down to the next generation, let's just say your son or your daughter, you want to pass on these good habits and this good mentality to your son or your daughter, so they can maybe do something big with it, because it doesn't always manifest itself in every single generation. You know, some people's parents might have just been working super, super hard just to provide a better life for their kids. And it's up to their kids who have more opportunities to make something even bigger than what their parents did. So every generation should be having the mentality that, you know, my parents worked extremely hard, you know what I mean? So I need to do something bigger, because that's my mentality. My mentality is that my parents provided me, you know, they tried their hardest to provide me. I didn't have a perfect upbringing, but they tried their hardest to provide me with as many opportunities as possible. And they did provide me with more opportunities than they actually had. So I had more opportunities than them. So I have to make something bigger of myself than they actually made of themselves. You know what I'm saying? And that's what your parents actually want for you. And then when I have kids eventually, then I'm gonna want to provide my children more opportunities than I had. And with them having more opportunities, hopefully they can do something much bigger than anything I've ever done. So that's the cycle going forward. And that's what you should be doing with your little homies too. And that's the same thing. That's the reason why I make a lot of these videos, to be completely honest, is because I'm trying to game up the younger generation, or game up people who just didn't have the game in general, because I want people to do better than me. So if I can chop it up with a kid who's 18 years old, and he before he even makes a mistake, why don't I tell him the mistakes that I've made so he doesn't have to make those mistakes? Or why don't I give him game to sharpen his tools up to where he can be doing way more shit at a younger age than I actually was doing at that age, and then eventually he can build up something bigger than I ever built up. But that's really how it goes, and that's our mentality should be, is that we should be building a legacy, and that we should be trying to do something to leave a legacy on this planet. You know what I mean? Leave our footprint on this planet. And then when it comes down to social media and YouTube and all that stuff, man, I highly recommend that whatever field you guys are interested in, that you guys start up some type of social media page, or you start up some type of YouTube page where you can actually talk about it. And if you're an expert, or you're advanced at whatever you're doing, you can teach other people how to do it. And that's actually going to be a part of your legacy as a teacher, because at the end of the day, we're all students. We can all keep learning. I know myself, I try to keep that student mentality at all times. But I'm also a teacher as well, because I can teach people who aren't as advanced as I am. You know what I'm saying? So that's just the way I look at it. And laziness is just the road to destruction. It's a pathway to hell. And when I say hell, I don't mean hell as in heaven and hell. I mean hell as in hell on earth. Because when you're lazy and you're not doing anything with your time, you're actually miserable. And a lot of people who are lazy and not doing shit, they don't have anything to keep their time busy. So what they do is they keep themselves busy with destructive behaviors. You know what I mean? Drugs, alcohol, partying, chasing bullshit women. You know what I mean? Doing a lot of things that are going to be destructive for their future. So make sure that you're keeping yourself busy with some constructive things to do. You know what I mean? Some positivity. And make sure you surround yourself with a positive circle. So these are all things that we need to keep in mind. And we also have to keep in mind that we're not on this planet by ourselves. We need to build, and we need to share, and we need to gain people up as we go on our journey and as we go on our growth journey. But anyways, guys, if you guys have anything to add to this video, go ahead and leave it in the comment section. If you guys like the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you guys are interested in any personalized fitness programs from myself, it's all done online. You can hit me up at Instagram at Travelsthenix, or you can hit me up in my email. That information is going to be in the description box below. Hope everybody's having a great day. I'll holler at you guys later. Peace.